What is one unwritten rule you think everyone should know and follow? If you use up all of the toilet paper, you go refill it. This applies for the household. Buy a plunger before you need a plunger, and in turn always have a plunger in the guest bathroom so somebody doesn't have to embarrassingly ask you for one. Also a good idea to flush again and plunge the clean water to rinse it out, and highly recommend having a little bowl to keep it in so the residual water doesn't damage the floor. I always just put it in the tub/shower. Please no. Don't mess up an apology with an excuse, or say things like, "I'm sorry you got upset," when you're the one who upset the person. Take responsibility. P first, no matter what it is. P first, teacher. Alright class, get your books out. Me, please. Interviewer reaches out for a handshake. Me, please. Don't ask for something if the person only has one left. Gum, cigarette, piece of cake etc. Can I have your last kidney? I would have said no, but I like your go-getter attitude. Leave it in a better condition than you found it. Leave nothing but footprints and take nothing but pictures. Looks like we found the art thief. If you borrow someone's car, fill up the tank before you return it, and make sure it's at least as clean as when you borrowed it. I once loaned my truck out to someone who needed to move a fridge. Fucker left his McDonald's trash all over the passenger floor. I no longer speak to him. Edit. To everyone saying I was a bit harsh, that wasn't the only reason I no longer speak to this person. He also screwed a friend out of 2k and tried to get me into an MLM. So the stuff he left in my truck wasn't the only trash about him. Baffled by how bad humans behave in general. Give people their personal space. Not everyone wants to snuggle a stranger. I wish a stranger would snuggle with me. If you're borrowing it for a third time, you need one of your own. So I need a money of my own. Good to know. Imagine if you had two monies. Hell, it's even possible to have free money, so long as you have no kids. You can be wrong. It isn't a bad thing either, and when you are wrong, acknowledge it and learn from it. You don't need to dig down in your beliefs to try and comfort yourself because you can't handle not being right all the time. Alongside this, it's okay to change your mind. You don't have to stick with something just because you thought of it initially. You look much better when you can change your mind based on new information or reconsideration versus sticking to your guns just to avoid being wrong. Never make fun of someone else's laugh, be it how they sound or how they look. Laughing is the most natural expression of joy and happiness, and for someone to feel self-conscious about that because of others' comments is so brutal. Corey Leonard got it pretty bad this year. If someone asks you a question, finish what you're saying with, "What about you?" Enjoy noticing how many people actually don't do this. Do you know how fast you were going? Do you plead guilty? No. What about you? Never pass up the chance to take a shit. Learned this in the Royal Navy. Never turn down the chance to eat, shit or sleep, because there are times when you might not be able to do any of them for an extended period. What is life like in the Navy? Did you spend a lot of it at sea? Did you visit any interesting places? Be kind to strangers, even if you're having a hard time. Be kind to anyone. So many people use having a hard time as an excuse to be dicks to the people closest to them. Don't leave your shopping cart in the middle of the grocery aisle. For real, people have no concept of space. This is a doorway. Let me just stand right here, in the center. The grocery store I go to recently remodeled and the aisles are basically wide enough for two carts to pass. And fuckers just hold up in the center while scanning rows and rows of chips. People do this on the road too. Like in a neighborhood or parking lot, cars just hanging out in the middle of the lane and then have to swerve out of the way. Bitch, why? Don't propose at someone else's wedding. Propose, then announce the pregnancy right. Assert yourself. Propose, then make the pregnancy. Not insertive. Beep beep. Turn on your headlights when it's snowing. I'm talking to you, asshole with the white truck. Turn on your lights in any sort of precipitation. Even if you can see okay, it's not just to help you see, it's to make you obvious to other people. Edit. Thank you very much for the silver. When driving a car, don't be nice. Be predictable. People being nice leads to a shitload of accidents. Edit. Well, thank you strangers for the medals. First gold and platinum for sure. Just wanted to share this unwritten rule. I hate it when I'm waiting to pass a street and some old lady stops to let me pass. I would have passed after you drove and it would have been faster for both of us. Edit. Wow. Thanks for my first Reddit gold and silver. Don't look through the fucking gap of bathroom stalls. Edit. Thanks for the gold. Stranger. Worst thing is when it's eye contact between you and the person. That's when I indicate down to my dick with my eyes, nod, and smile. Edit. Thank you for the silver, anonymous internet stranger. Be kind to people that are working. Food staff, medical staff, etc. Don't take your bad day out on someone else. Edit. Thanks for the silver, kind stranger. As a custodian, maintenance people too please. My friend, I don't give a shit what job you have, people should be kind to you. And if your job is to clean, fix, organize, and overall just deal with everyone else's problems and messes while running around on your feet all day hauling heavy shit, you better bet your ass I'm gonna be kind and thankful. Great, you all ruined it. Now all of these are written. Be kind to strangers, because the world is a cruel place, and you never know what other have been through. Don't use the urinal in your dream, you'll thank me later. Edit. Thanks for silver fam. Edit. Thanks for gold, you guys are awesome. In my dreams bathrooms are either full of people, non-functional, or disgusting. On the rare occasions that I start peeing in my dream, I thankfully do not piss the bed, but instead continually pee for ages until my brain figured out it's not helping relieve the urge to pee. This isn't real life and I generally then wake up and go use the bathroom. That being said, I'm terrified that someday I will wet the bed while dreaming this, so, sound advice. Not pointing out flaws in someone's physical appearance, but do point out flaws they can fix in 30 seconds on the spot. I had friends let me walk around the mall the entire day with chocolate all over my face. I was very bothered. When I found out, we didn't notice was the response I got. How do you not notice that? Now I always end up obsessively wiping my face after eating anything because of it. Knock twice before opening the door. Knocks twice, barges in. Raise your children in a loving environment, but always make sure you respect them as individuals as well. One day they'll be living their own life and might have to decide whether or not they personally want to take care of you when you're old/sick/deteriorating. Don't dig straight down. Digging straight down is fine if you 1x2 and stand in the middle. I live by this rule I made after thinking about things late at night. If someone does something that makes them happy and confident, if it doesn't hurt them or anyone else, animals included, then leave them alone. Let them do that thing. Let them be happy. Edit. Thank you for the gold and silver OMG. I work in a pet store and I'm in charge of our weekly bedding changes. When I first started my job, they used to get onto me all the time for putting too much bedding in the rodent cages. Hamsters, gerbils, and mice love to burrow and bury. I'm giving them as much bedding as they need to fulfill that digging desire. Fuck you guys. Let hamsters be happy. I never stopped. They just quit telling me to put less when it became obvious that I was going to belligerent about this. Went out to dinner with a group. Only the person who ordered the least expensive meal/combo of things can offer to split the check evenly. Do people actually do this? I've literally never had someone ask to split the check evenly when everyone ordered their own dishes. Edit. I don't mean cases where every person's total comes out pretty close or the same. I'm talking about instances where the individual bills would be very different. FFS. Be self-aware. I mean, be aware of the space you occupy, of your movements, of where you are. Don't zigzag on sidewalks. Don't fill the entire width of the sidewalk. Be aware of your kid moving their arms like a helicopter. Don't stop in your tracks to check the fucking phone. Walk slower, or step aside, but don't be that kind of person. Just be aware of your body, and don't be a dummy. This applies to whole families too, and people in cars, in supermarket lanes, wherever. Don't put your music on speakers when in a public space. It's not like everyone wants the same genre or was in the mood for music. Get your headphones. Edit. Thank you, kind stranger. It's my early cake day treat. I know a guy at my high school who will play music through his phone. Not even through actual speakers, so it sounds extra shitty. In the school library, if your librarian doesn't shush a pin dropping, are they even librarian? You have been visited by the smart studying doggo. You'll be blessed with good grades only if you subscribe to Comment Awards and like the video.
PG!
On top, food chain, won't stop, new game, hot box at Blue Haze, 1 lock, 2 chains, no bras, 2 babes, mic drop, new stage, lights in my rear view, 5 cops, food race, faster than a Tesla, they say I'm exhausted, looking for success, like I'm crazy and lost it, higher than a jet, guess my weed is a rocket, the comments that my vids get are wild.